Christopher here in a rare occasion, a Friday night, which is the night for varsity football. And we followed the Hayes Hawks varsity team to Austin here at House Park. And tonight's matchup has some postseason implications. Let me explain it to you. Anderson Trojans on the far sideline, the home team, wearing the gray tops and the yellow helmets. In the district, currently in 4th place, the Hayes Hawks in the white-on-white Stormtroopers with the white helmets, currently in 5th place. Top 4 in the district make the playoffs. And Anderson wins tonight, then they're certainly in the driver's seat. They've got 2 games left after this, as do the Hawks. And likely, if you're a guessing man, each team would probably go 1-1 after this. Not to say either one couldn't surprise you. If Hayes were to win tonight and then go 1-1, Anderson were to lose tonight and then go 1-1, they'd be even in district, but Hayes would have the head-to-head, and I believe that would be the tiebreaker. Opening kickoff has the Hawks returning, and 84 fields it clean around the 20 and tackled after about a 10-yard pickup. Hayes won the toss as the visiting squad and elected to return it. A lot of times when you win the the coin toss, you elect to defer and see what the second half looks like before you make your selection. So we're going to see the Hawk offense first. Number 4, quarterback, Tacoma. And I don't have a roster, and so I don't have a lot of names to throw out there as I'm largely unfamiliar with the varsity squad. Here comes first down. Tacoma to go to the air. 3-step drop, now flushed out and going to throw this ball downfield and looking for 84, who just had the kickoff return. And he parked up a little bit, maybe could have kept going. Tacoma threw that football every bit of 50 yards in the air, showing that arm strength, and that might be enough to try to put these defensive backs on their heels a bit, just knowing the distance that he can sling it. Leading receivers, I think, for the Hawks, number 40, Jaden Gingro, the sophomore, out to the top right, as well as 14, Layton, here at the bottom of your screen. Handoff, fake, Tacoma keeps it, read it, and tackled by 91 on the defensive line. Ant, number 13, the halfback, and third down coming. He'll wait for his first bit of action. Coach Torres, the head coach in his first year from El Paso, and he's installing a new offense. Hayes had been with that slot T for a good couple of years, don't know how long, but plenty anyway. And so there are certainly some glad to see the open field. 3rd and long here in the opening drive. Pressure off the top edge. And then a bump there and a chip, and now Tacoma's going to keep it. And he's got room. He's got a first down the boundary and out of bounds just shy of midfield. And that's a big pickup on the opening drive. You don't want to find yourself punting right away, even if you don't get points out of an opening drive. To have at least one line to gain met is certainly success, if nothing else, for morale and momentum.
1st and 10 on the 48 for Hayes.
You hear the public address announcer over my shoulder, and so he'll give you a bit of down and distance as well. Just inside of Trojan territory, and they're in a 4-3 look. And here comes Ant up the middle and found by 44. It looked like he had room for a minute here on the near side, and he was trying to cut back and get there.
Hernandez on the run.
But the linebacker, the middle linebacker, it looks like, nope, outside linebacker, found him around the ankles before he could do anything about the jump stop cut. 2nd and long coming, and I will mention that we're here in House Park as the night unfolds and timeouts ensue and quarter breaks and that sort of thing going live here, not planning on taking any breaks. I'll show you some of the shots, the high-rise downtown Austin just to our left. Certainly one of the prettier arenas that any of these schools in Central Texas will find themselves in. Here comes 2nd and long, Tacoma. And then thrown against the grain, he's got 84. trying to use his speed and gave up a couple, but I don't think he gave up enough to lose the first down. It looks like the mark is made.
Complete. Number 84.
And a first down in the air for Hayes. So 2 lines to gain collected for the Hawks. And that's how they drew this one up. This kickoff was back to the 20-yard line, so here they sit at the 40, meaning that they've collected about 40 yards themselves since they touched the football. Here comes Ant around the right side, and now back to the middle, and trying to move the pile forward. Didn't get a lot there. It's how every first down, I think, so far has started, about a gain of a yard or 2.
Stopped by a wall of Trojans.
Anthony Hernandez is a junior,
9 for the Hawks.
nicknamed Ant, and he was on JV last year as a sophomore for the first half of that season before he was running away with the show. I believe he wore 7, if I remember right. I remember asking my son, Cohen, hey, who is 7? Because he's scoring just about every time he gets the ball, and sure enough, the varsity coaches noticed as well. He got the move up to the varsity as a sophomore, finished his season there, and now he's the featured running back. And he comes in motion now, gonna get it on a jet sweep, moving to his left. Now he cuts back against the grain, and 5-0 was there to contain the end and turn things back in.
With a loss. Stopped by number 51.
I have an 8-year-old who's playing youth football,
For the Hawks.
and one of the primary coaching bits that we're pitching to his teammates
Trojans.
is you've got to contain the ends. And of course, in youth football, everything is run to the outsides. And so especially end contain important, but you see why it's important at any level of football. And 50 playing this defensive end right here on the near side. 3rd and long, pass situation. Tacoma moving to his right, and he's going to run it again. There's a hold perhaps in the backfield as Tacoma is out close to the line to gain. If it stands, it would count, but it won't, I don't think, as the flag thrown in the holding territory area. Mr. Official in the white cap there will give the information. Anderson will take this penalty, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Spot foul, and it sounds like number 70, the guilty party.
The ball is coming back.
I think he's on the right side of the offensive line, which of course was the way Tacoma was flushed out and rolling. So both big plays coming on the feet of Tacoma, and this one, of course, unfortunately negated. Back in Hawk territory. 12-minute quarters here at the varsity level. Traditional clock all the way. And in the backfield, trips to the right and a blitz up the middle, picked up well. Screenplay too high. 84 was up in the air trying to collect it instead of on the ground running. So Tacoma threw it a little tall for him, and it's going to bring out the punt team.
Alex Lagoria. 4th down for the Hawks.
A still night, and not cool enough to say a cool night, but the temperature in the low 80s, so pretty pleasant. Unless you're super hot-natured, then I guess you're upset about it. Put you the punter in frame here. Snap, good. Kick away, high, good spiraling kick. And will fall with a good bounce. And we call that getting the ball to turn over. Actually, I guess technically a turnover does not go backwards. You can put it up around the goal line and it turns over, so it parks up. This case, it stayed nose up and bounced Hawk direction and got them right where they wanted to be. So field position good for the defense to start. And let me zoom in here on number 18. Coming across. And he is a 4-star wideout. I believe, if Intel is correct, he's committed to TCU, where he would like to play. Turned down a baseball opportunity at the University of Texas. And now, 3 rolling out. Looking for help and found from the backside. Took his time too long. And number 5, who's a beast in his own right, made him pay for it, and it's a tackle for loss.
Linford Noriega.
So Linford, perhaps one of the most prized of the Hawk defensive line, responsible
3, second and 14.
early for making an impact on defense. Got about 13 to go now. So 18 in the slot. And here he comes down. No, it's a stop route. They're going to throw to him. Good hands. Grabbed it to the outside. Stays on his feet. Tackled and slung out by Ian, who's the free safety. And while we're talking about impact players, let me tell you about 35. Ian Stegall, just a freshman, earning his spot on this varsity defense. And so anytime a 10th grader, for that matter, makes the squad, it's noteworthy. Certainly a freshman. And now Ian will go line up to the right side. Handoff coming this way, wrapped up by the Hawk defense. He does pick up about 4 on the play, it looks like.
On the run.
And so there's your first rushing attempt by Anderson.
2nd and 6 for the Trojans.
If you go to the Max Preps website, you can see all the stats from all teams across the state of Texas and perhaps in the nation, as that's a national outfit. 3-step drop, quarterback's gonna rush, keep it up the middle. And here he comes, evades the pressure, got the first down, steps out as 22 was in hot pursuit. And so we've seen both quarterbacks for both sides now picking up first downs with their legs as the coverage good and improvisation having to come in. What I was going to say is that the Anderson offensive output in district has been over 200 points, so their offense used to scoring. Handoff, right side, Limford finds him, and down he goes after about 4.
Jay Fuller on the run. 2nd and 7 for Anderson.
And so 21, the primary back so far, going to get it again, straight up the gut. Limford again, finds him. So Limford's got 3 tackles on the stat sheet and making a name for himself.
By number 5, Linford Noriega.
And now he'll check out of the game for a breather.
33.
After 3 tackles, you earn that right. This drive started at the 10, and so a 3 first down effort so far has them just outside of midfield. 21 again, and this time 2 found him down low, the linebacker. 22 also there to help, and it's really close to a first down, but going to be a yard shy, and so we'll have a 4th down coming. I thought it was just 3rd. I lost count, but dial it down says 4th, and here they come. Up the middle, 21, and he's got it as he stepped across. Stick good, tackle sound by 0, but did good enough for that 4th first down of the drive. So first time inside of Hawk territory tonight. Wing back to the left side, and now to the air. Anderson will go. Out route, and Ian steps up, and he may have got that ball. No, he knocked it away. Stegall stepped right in front of the 15-yard out. And has a big play. Ed Small, again, the target. Would imagine we'll call Ed Small's name often tonight. He's the 4-star I told you about. And it's a turnover on downs. Oh, excuse me. They got it on 4th. It's 2nd down. Getting ahead of myself here. Couldn't see the dial down in front of the line of scrimmage marker. Play action. Looking for 15 on the post. Going to fire it to him. And got him. And touchdown as he accelerates. 0 was in position and even swatted at the ball, but couldn't find it. And the effort not found pays off for the Anderson offense. So Ed Small to hold, number 18. And kicker puts it through. It's sound, and it'll hit the letters of House Park on the rock wall there. Bounce down, and it's a 7-0 spread here in the first quarter. As we change out special teams, I'll show you the view here of Austin skyline. Not a bad scene. House Park, one of the older stadiums in the area. The bleachers, cement. They do have a freshly turfed field and a jumbotron lit up well new lights on the towers and a fresh end zone complex, it looks like, that may be portable. Didn't look up any information on House Park as far as what year it was built, when they started playing football, who the original teams were, but nevertheless, you can see the antiquity in it, and serves as Anderson's home field. 3:52 to play in the first quarter.
Number 84.
Each team having had it once,
Number 13, Anthony Hernandez.
and the majority of the quarter being used, and so both teams putting together first down, attaining kind of drives, certainly choose some of that clock. 47 to stick a right foot into this ball. And kicks it deep, and 84 will get another shot at it. And here he comes, gonna move around this side this time. And he's got a little space if he wants it. And he does, and keeps his feet. And now to the outside, and there he goes down the boundary. 84, gonna take it all the way. 22 couldn't find him. And how about that? Showing off his wheels, and a quick response. And I don't see any flags, so it counts. It looks like 13, which would be Ant, the running back, was actually in position to spring a block, but thought better of it in case he found the would-be tackler in the back. A smart football play to lay off of the blocking effort. 84 had the speed, and he didn't need the help. So a game that's on the line, and one right there comes through right in the nick of time. 11 to hold. 85 set to kick amidst the chance from the other side of the field of block that kick. Snap, hold, good, kick away, and splits the sticks himself right into the net to save the board, and we're smooth even at 7.
Anderson 7. Hayes 7.
So like to see the resilience right after you give up a 90-yard drive, as that one for Anderson started on the 10-yard line, and then you come back on the kickoff return and respond. So much of football is mental and emotional. And so while it's built on physicality, it's also all about guts and the inside drive, and a play like that can get that morale up to the high bar that it needs to be at for a successful effort. Band for Hayes off to my right. And them and the drill team here in full form, sounding off. A right foot coming from 85. A slow approach and a pooch kick right down the center. And 10 will grab it and then mishandles it. 32 there. He shakes him off, but he had to pause for a minute, and then out of bounds he goes into the cheerleaders. I'll tell you, the sidelines are not very deep for this field. It's, like I said, old, and so you can't move rock bleachers from where they lie. And so you've got all of maybe 10 yards from the edge of the boundary to the edge of the wall. And so the cheerleaders just right there where they can be. And that tackle coming right on the line of the boundary. Luckily nobody hurt, it doesn't look like. So 3:30 to count. The Hayes Hawks on defense. Here comes Anderson, 21, around the far side, and found by the edge. And they held that fake a good long while, and then a little extracurricular over there on the far side between 3 and 1, whose hat pops off, and he's got to take a break. And they're jawing a little bit still. Your hat comes off, you got to take a pause. So here comes second down, and fake, play action, a lot of time. Now to the right, 57 in there. He's got 21 as the dump-off man, but he doesn't want him. He's going to keep it all the way and run out of bounds before taking a vicious lick. and he picks up most of what was needed, but it will bring up third down.
Max Yerlich on the keeper.
Quarterback's name, first name anyway, sounds like it's Max, so maybe we'll refer to him as such from here on out.
3rd and 4 for Anderson.
So 4 yards to go to keep this from being a punt situation. A nickel look on defense. 3 across the middle, got a guy, and a good low tackle by 3 and 0, and then a late push from 23, and they'll get him for it. And buddy, in a game this important and this close, you got to keep your head, and Coach Torres is giving him an earful now. And maybe Torres pleading his case that the infraction should go both ways. I didn't see it. But an unsportsmanlike on a dead ball is auto first and 15 yards. And that's a tough one. Referee calling him 20. It was, of course, 23. 2 unsportsmanlikes gets you thrown out. Not sure when UIL implemented that rule. I guess when the college ranks did a couple years ago. Here comes a bunch trips right formation. Quarterback looking to the lone side, and then a premature whistle blows before the snap can happen. And I thought I heard something about a delay of game, but it couldn't have been because the referee was given the call for the foul.
1st and 10.
Maybe the whistle to start the play just hadn't happened yet, and maybe that's the situation. So spot the 44-yard line. A balanced set, stacked on top of each other, are the receivers. 21, the lone man beside Max. 5-step drop, looking downfield, evades the tackler. And then across the middle, throws it low, and 0 in coverage. Got tangled up, and they're going to call a foul. And it looked like incidental contact to me, as it was their feet that were tangled. The ball thrown low, uncatchable anyway. I don't know that they'll get any kind of discussion, but if that's the case and it holds, it'll be back-to-back big-time penalties against the Hayes defense. And that's what it is. Couple of tough breaks here early in this drive for the defense. Not that the first penalty was a tough break. It was just a boneheaded play. But the result tough. So spot the 41-yard line now and another fresh first down. Here comes trips to the right for Anderson. Jay, 21, left edge, and tackled there. And a helmet pops off of him. And so he'll take a breather, and we'll see the number 2 running back check in the ball game.
On the run. Tackled by number 33, Robert Brickness.
Got a couple out of it. Spot, of course, the far side hash on a field marked this well. I don't have to talk and explain quite as much as I do some fields. Here comes 21 around the 8-hole, and Linford wraps him up and takes him down. The long arms of 5 getting the job done there. And he was certainly a top prospect on this defense before the season started, and from what I've seen, he sure made his name known and his spot earned. 18 in the top side slot, 41 the wingback. To the same side, Strink to the left, as well as the running back. Max makes some adjustments at the line. A middle linebacker in the form of 2, playing pass protection. Max to the out. And a dive, no tackle there. And then a run after catch. Play made by Ian, the safety, and it's enough for the first down. It was right at the line to gain. And the linesman does the come-along sign over his head to the chain crew. A minute even left in the first quarter. A 7-7 ball game. And a deep ball looking for 15 for a second, and he's got it. Boy, it was a great fade route and a great fade ball, and just got away from 7 from the defender. And so 15's got 2 tonight. You know, there's a difference between a go ball and a fade route, and there you see why. The fade, when it's well executed, it's just so hard to defend because you run with that receiver and you put your hip kind of against his, you're turning for the ball, and all of a sudden he gets separation. You got to go with him. A tough play to make. Snap and hold good, kick sure, and back to a 7-point advantage for Anderson.
Anderson, 14, Hayes, 7.
51 seconds on the play clock. Hayes will get it again here with a short time. But of course, then we'll just flip the field and go the other direction. Not the urgency that a half break is. What do you want to bet? Anderson kicks this one to the right side of the field instead of to number 84. And it's going to be right at 84, line drive, and he'll catch it clean in his hands. And he's going to try the same direction. And there's another seam. And now up the center he goes, but this time found at the 35, and then a little extra there. But referee doesn't like that one, and we'll play on. This is Anderson's homecoming, as I understand. Whenever you're scheduled for another team's homecoming, you wonder if they didn't select you because they thought maybe you'd be an easy out, which gives a little more incentive to rise up to the occasion. Here comes a balanced set from the Hawks. Tacoma rides the ball carrier and gives it to him, and it's Ant. And he gets through the middle, picks up about 8. It'll make a manageable second down coming up.
Second and 2 for the Hawks.
As mentioned before, it's a 4-3 look. 4 down linemen. And linebackers on the outside probably having some flat responsibilities if they read pass. 14, Layton, and he makes a move and then found from behind by 44, taken out of bounds after a first down, and that pass goes for about 15 yards on a quick little stop shot. Layton had him a long reception touchdown last week
on the 43
as the Hawks fell to College Station. Jaden Gingro did as well. And he still waits for his first catch of the night here with 8 seconds in the first quarter. And so unless the Hawks get a lot of yards here, they won't have a far trip to make as we flip sides of the field. A balanced set, no motion, and fake, 14. Layton, and he's down the sideline again and has another first down as he steps out. Depends on where they mark him out. But it looks like it will be good to move the sticks, and it will be. And a pause for a quarter change. We'll leave it here, and we'll pick up with you here in a minute.
That's the end of the first quarter. Anderson 14, Hayes 7.
Callum, where'd Beckham go? So here we go, back for quarter number 2. A first down, Hayes on the move. 84 in motion. Handoff is to Ant, up the gut, and he puts a move on, and there he is in the secondary. And then a horse collar tackle, and no flag thrown. They got him by the jersey, but they're not going to call it. And that one looks, if that's the rule, that one looks pretty obvious.
That's horse collar! Official check!
Felt like that rule came into place from the NFL level first, from guys like Terrell Owens, who broke a fibula on a dangerous pull down by the shirt backwards style of tackle, and you've seen it now called at all levels of football, so I do know it is a rule. And now they drop it, and now they do give it to him. How about that? So they needed to talk about it first. And you know, you can almost really appreciate that, because there's times when maybe you don't know what you're seeing, and you do want to make sure you get a right call. Now, you can always wave off a flag if you throw it prematurely, but just exercising the right to throw one after the fact shows that there's some real consideration, and you don't have to have so much pride that you can't say maybe you didn't get it right away. So they drop the sticks inside the 10, a first and goal from the 7-yard line for Hayes, trying to equalize again and pace the Anderson team. Here comes Twins to the right, Gingro in the slot, Ant at the halfback to Tacoma's right side. He'll get it on the dive play, keeps his feet moving and finds the 3-yard line. So now 2 to go to get to the goal line here at the top of the second quarter. If you had to classify Hernandez in the backfield, he probably dominates in quickness and shiftiness, sometimes hard to see the shorter runners behind the big offensive line, which can work in the advantage. You do give up some size for the power running, just wait. And we got 2 in motion, but that's okay because they'll reset a full second before the ball snapped. Tacoma to keep it, he lost the ball! It pops out, and Anderson picked it up. And the very thing that couldn't happen, a turnover at the goal line, has happened, and they just punched it out of Tacoma's hand. Things were certainly working with Ant, and so it'd be easy to say that you don't like the call, but I can appreciate the creativity and maybe catching the defense off guard, but a good play to stick a fist right in the breadbasket of 4. All that sweat out there, too, on an 82-degree night. Things are slippery down there between the ball and arms, and so it's a tough one. Anderson backed up against their goal line. We'll see what they can do. They were successful on their first drive coming out, or excuse me, maybe it was their second drive, coming out from the 10-yard line. I think that was their first drive. Hayes punted. So they're certainly capable of putting something together from deep in their end zone, but not an easy task. And the Hawk defense perhaps up to the task to force a 3-and-out here. Up the middle, and a pretty good start for that defense as they shut it down after a couple. We'll see if that's Jay, 21, who gets up off the bottom. It's not, it's 23. And so it looks like Anderson bringing in some fresh feet in the backfield. Here comes a Twins to the left side. And he's going to bounce it out to the left side. Turned in by 0, and a flag comes in as a helmet comes off. And the linesman threw it. And we'll see if it was some kind of illegal hands to the face. Why that helmet came off. I missed it. I didn't see it. No discussion huddle, so he's just telling him from the sideline. And he'll turn the mic on and let the rest of us know what agreement they come to. It's a hold on the offense. So they'll re-go second, half the distance to the goal line, as there's not a full 10 yards to be marked off. And it'll make it about a second and full 10, maybe 9.5. Play action, 3, got a little time, moves to his right, dumps out, and a toe tapper, and then knocked free! Wow! How about that? 7 came up, 15, who's got the 2 touchdowns, and therefore you can say has pretty immaculate hands, got the ball jarred loose by the downhill play of 7. Great football there, a highlight reel for sure for him. And it does look like there's a flag. Oh no, I didn't see it. But as Max let go of the ball in the end zone, he must have gotten hit or taken down late. And it's an auto 15. And what is it they say? 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and that's what's happened here. So here comes the next. Give up the middle. 23 still in the game and tackled down low. I think that's to the middle Mike linebacker. And they did get it, looks like maybe 3 yards.
2nd and 6 for the Trojans.
4 perhaps, and trips left the case now. I don't know if I see Ed Small in the ball game. Here comes 3-step drops. Max lets this one go down the field, and it's way overthrown, and that's uncatchable. That can't be the call for a defensive hold, I wouldn't think, being so uncatchable. We'll see if any of the referees have something to say about that. But they're not going to talk about it. It's going to count. Boy, that pass was every bit of 15 yards down the field. Usain Bolt's not even getting under that one. Tough, but that is the way of football. Trips left. Handoff, 23 up the gut, and the Hayes defense there. Although he did pick up 5, and so even though it looks like a stuff, if you're giving up 5 or 6 on first down, that's successful for the offense. No huddle, taking the cues from the sideline. Here comes trips left again. And a give to 23, and he powers forward and has the first as he falls for enough.
Name on the run. Stopped by number 99, Eric Brucey. That run's good enough for a Trojan.
If 99's getting credit for that tackle, he's playing the right defensive tackle position, which was right where they ran at. And it spots the 48-yard line. Here comes 20 across the bow to form trip right. Max looking to his left, wants the fade. One got behind him, and he got it! And off to the races, and he's going to score.
Complete.
And 3 lets him behind him. That's tough. Number 1 rule, if you're in deep coverage, is nobody deeper, nobody wider. If you're a corner on the boundary, I know 3's heard that 1,000 times.
Max Gerlich.
And he's got to have a short memory and come back from that one as Anderson chalks up a 2-score lead. So 47, who's been perfect so far in the young game, on for 3. And this one got through, but it had a little right to left movement on it, it looked like.
Good. Anderson, 21. Hayes, 7.
So a tough break as you feel like that 15-yard personal foul kept that drive alive, whereas otherwise the Hawk defense had Anderson read the rights. .8:34 to play in the first half. And that's the mark the band needed to take their cue to exit the bleachers and go start to warm up for their performance. A lot on the line here tonight, as aforementioned. And so far, advantage Anderson. And most of their big plays have come in the form of the deep ball. In fact, I would say, even at the JV level this back half of the season, that's where most of the production against the Hayes teams have come. 47 to pooch this one. And 84 will get it again. On the far side, going to use the full width of the field. A couple of Anderson guys there. And 45 sticks him, hangs on, and now help comes and takes him down after about a 10 to 12 yard pickup on the return.
Stopped by number 45, Willie Atkins and Gage Webb.
Certainly been in the first half, clock not an issue, so the full playbook available and open to Torres and company. Would like to get this game back within at least one, 8:24 on the clock, but the way these long drives have been going for both teams, you kind of get the feeling that if you're going to do that, now would be the chance. And 11 up the middle on the blitz. Tacoma's got to evade him and does so far, but can't from the rest of them. And then a late shot comes, and we'll see what this flag, i.e. the late shot, is.
By Max Middleton and Gage Webb. Flag on the play.
It came in right as the last tackler found the pile. I don't know if he led with his helmet and they'd get him on some kind of, I don't know that he'd get him on a targeting shot, but maybe just a late hit in general, but though it didn't seem that late to my initial instinct. Oh, a face mask. I didn't see that. And 91 puts his hands up in the air like he was unaware as well. Big eye in the sky don't lie, so you go back and look at the film and see if it checks out or not. So Tacoma making some trips to chat with Coach T to get a play. And sometimes you wonder if you do that all game, if that doesn't take its small toll on all the movement back and forth conditioning-wise, but surely not if you're conditioned to play this game. Here comes a handoff to Ant up the middle, and a good run, and I'll give that the power style credit. As I was talking about earlier, his bread and butter probably is more shifty, but showing he can run north and south in the hole as well. The left tackle there, 51, caught him, but went backwards with him. And so Ant getting the better of that situation as he picks up, I guess it'd be a stretch to say 4, maybe 3.5. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts. Hayes trips left. Press coverage on the inside. Man-to-man down here on the bottom as well. And handoff is to Ant. Gonna bounce it out. And he's got a little room. And then a little shifty move to the outside. And a stiff arm to finish that run. He's got 15 on the pickup and a first down to the 40-yard line. And that's enough to rile up the Hayes stands and sideline. So Hayes doing a good job of staying ahead of the sticks this drive. Balance set. Levi Larson in the slot. The clap of the hands nearly got the tall side defensive end to jump, but he stays back and onside himself. Tacoma with a whisper to the line. And now here comes a blitz off the edge. But Ant has the ball and it's not a thing. And he gets to the 35-yard line. A good spin move. A productive 4 picked up.
Anthony Hernandez on the run. Stopped by number 91, Max Middleton and company.
I don't know that anybody else has checked into the running back spot with Ant. They got a couple of guys who could carry that duty. One of them, of course, the sophomore, Gabriel Peach, number 21, who got moved up from JV mid-season. Here comes a long shot to Gingro, and Jaden couldn't find it. And their legs got caught up incidentally, which shouldn't be a flag by the rule, but the way that earlier flag was thrown, you would have thought it would have been coming out of the pocket.
3rd and 6,
So the right no call there, but just inconsistent, perhaps the argument that Hayes could make. Gingro has had a number of deep balls successfully caught, so that's why they're trying him. Number 1, Kenny, in the trips left bunch at the top left side. And we hadn't seen much from him yet, though he can fly. And the first timeout of the ball game going to be taken by Torres and company. And we'll go silent here as they chat things over.
Timeout.
Callum, come move your chair up here.
It's for health purposes. Write about it in the book.
So third down coming. Needs 6 to stay alive. 5:56 in the first half. Trips to the left side in the form of a wingback. A stunt from the defense. A throwback screen, and he's got to catch it first. And then he puts the move on, and he's tackled. In a way, he gets the first down. So a fortuitous tackle that pushes him forward. He would have had more if he could have hung on to that ball from the onset.
Out by number 84.
And so
Bollinger, number 91, Max Middleton.
got to appreciate the call coming out of a timeout.
First and 10 Hawks.
First time we've seen the screen thrown, and it was a backside screen as well. And caught Anderson a little off guard. Like I said, a cleaner catch probably results in a bigger play. Here comes the balance set on first down. Tacoma, 3-step drop. Now he wants to tuck it. Flushed out to his right side. And he's going to put a prayer up, and it's out of bounds. No dice, and probably a good thing, as a shot that high to the moon usually doesn't work out good.
Tacoma Ames pass. Incomplete. Intended for number 40, Jaden Gingro.
So looking for Jaden again down the sideline on that deep ball. Jaden just a sophomore, one of the few, and has been an impact player this season. And so proud to see him step in and step up. Always fun to see a sophomore with impact because you know you've got 2 more years with them. A trips left, look. And flushes out to the right side. Tacoma gonna keep it and go. Here comes 4 and slides, and a late flag, but I'll tell you, it was actually friendly fire, although Tacoma does get up holding his head. It looked to me like the 2 Anderson players collided with each other, but they were gunning for the quarterback, and maybe that's why they get the call. That's probably what they're talking about right here. But Tacoma did get up holding his head. Not sure if that's an acting job or if he really did get a bell rung somehow. We'll see what the posse of 3 refs here come up with. It's a 7-referee crew tonight. I think traditionally it used to just be 6, and then UIL, again, taking the cues from the collegiate levels, adding that 7th referee to keep more eyes on the field. A referee's training, of course, is not to watch the game, but to watch his area. So the call is against the defense. They called it on 20 and called just a late hit on Tacoma. Of course, when you give yourself up as a sliding quarterback, you're down where you start the slide at. And so any contact after that, of course, is late. Hayes can still get a first down in the form of the 2-yard line. So here comes 1st and 10 from the 12, and they're going to blow the whistle before the play can start as they make sure everything is set up, and I'm not sure what it is. If it's a play clock situation, chains have been set. Now the whistle blows to give permission. Double tight set for Hayes.
1st and 10 on the 12.
Twins to the left side. And Anderson creeping, showing blitz. Here comes 11. Give is to 13. Gets past the blitz and hits the gas. And into the end zone. Touchdown. He's got it. No flags, and the Hawks pull within 1 score. think 11 is D-Rock, if I'm not mistaken, and could be. But anyway, he's got the holding duties. 85's got the kicking duties, and here comes his right foot. And he's been good so far. And this one high and up, crept inside the left side, and he puts that one on top of the house. And they'll have to somehow get that ball back. A one-score game. Tight like we like it. Be fun to have a statistician, could tell you all about that drive and where it began and how many passes, how many rushes, how many scrambles, how many first downs, but maybe you were watching it or watching it later just like I was and you saw it anyway. Nevertheless, a good effort, a lengthy effort. I do remember the first play of the drive started with about 8.5 minutes to go and 5 now showing, so a 3.5 minute long drive. Not a ton of time. Hayes working pretty fast. It will give Anderson the chance to respond here in the half. But if Hayes can get a fast stop, then they'd have enough time as well to perhaps bring the equalizer about. The Hawk defense being good so far tonight on the ground and everything underneath. But the Achilles heel continuing to be that deep ball. Hayes playing a 4 DB look, I believe. Maybe even slipping into a 5 defensive back from time to time, but I guess it's a cover 4 as those corners are getting back. Here comes a short pooch kick. It'll find turf and park up and still loose. And Linford gets it. Hayes has it on the kickoff. A recovery on the 31-yard line. And how about the execution of a really well-placed football right in the middle of the return team. And now the chance for the equalizer just 32 yards away. I don't know if that was specifically called. I would imagine it was. And therefore, your hustlers are gunning down to be in position for that kind of a thing. And another teachable moment is if you're on the return team and you don't let that ball hit the turf. It does funny things because it's shaped funny. Get it out of the air. Here comes Tacoma, wanting to go to the air, and he puts his eyes down. Now he flushes out. He's got Jaden in the back, and that ball thrown high and out of bounds. If he could have found a way to put that thing on a rope, he had 40 running free right around the goal line. And as we know, Tacoma's got the arm to put that ball on a rope that far, just didn't get his shoulders downfield and didn't position his body to do it. And perhaps a golden opportunity missed. Layton, the top side receiver out to the top. Just on the numbers. Ant gonna get it, waiting for his patient moment and never found it.
Hernandez on the run.
75 was
11, Hodges Smith.
Trying to block right there.
3rd and 10 for Hayes.
The tackler's named Hodges Smith, and it gave me flashbacks to the UT Longhorn great Hodges Mitchell, who of course was a running back, but haven't heard too many Hodges in my time, and so that's where my mind went. Jaden Gingro out here outside the huddle, lined up on the bottom. 4 wide, Larson to Gingro's left in the slot. And a motion man to bring this to trips. And the pocket rolls and moves, and they throw it to 84, and Tacoma misses him a bit outside. Incomplete pass will stop the clock. And a lot of whistles blow here. And I didn't see the flag drop, but it must have. And they may get a defensive hold here on the route. I don't know for sure. Now I see the flag at the top, so it wouldn't be a defensive hold, at least not over here, as the far side ref is the one who threw it. An offensive hold on the moving pocket. So we've seen Tacoma roll out to his right a lot on a scramble that's not designed to go like that, I think. That one, of course, was designed to move the pocket. And it got the hold, and they're going to come back to the original spot here and then march off Oh, no, excuse me, it was declined. And I guess that'll bring up 4th down. And it will. 32 the spot. And certainly outside, I say certainly, you'd think it'd be outside of 85's ability to knock one through.
For the 10, for the Hawks.
Be about a 49-yarder, so yeah, I would say probably outside at this point of his career. Empty set, 5 wide, Kenny the right side slot. And he's running free down this field, and they're going to try to throw it to him. And Kenny's got it! Touchdown number 1! And he strikes! How about the concentration from him? Buddy, I love that so much for him. He can fly. And he's been maybe a bit underutilized with that speed. But they use him there, and Kenny feeling himself now. Way to go, 1. So for the equalizer, to make it a 21-21 ball game here with 3:33 in the first half. Here comes 8-5. Special teams unit. Snap low, and he's got to fire it. D-Rock rolls around looking for somebody, but there's nobody there. Now he throws up a prayer, and that's tough. Had Chase or somebody had the wherewithal to know what was going on, he probably could have got behind the defense in the corner of the end zone and snuck the lead as D-Rock had time to throw that ball. But their backs were to the play and didn't see the low snap skip on the ground. An unfortunate set of circumstances as the equalizer not quite there, but it is a 1-score game. So touchdown credit tonight, carrying the ball across the goal line. 84, I should know his name. I'll hear it and I'll kick myself for it. Ant has one on the ground, and now Kenny strikes in the air from Tacoma on a long ball. 1-point game, both these teams wanting to play in the postseason. Trying to do their part here in a high kick, and it'll hit the ground again and bounce towards the Hawks, and they may have a chance to get it again. I'm telling you, if you're on the return team, you've got to catch that ball out of the air. Bad things happen when you don't, and it nearly struck again. That ball is like a good L wedge around the green, putting a little backspin on it and backing it up to the hole. Number 15 going to be lined up at the top. Covered by number 7, and he's been dangerous so far tonight. Number 18 is who we thought would, Ed Small, and there's a good stick. How about 2 getting off the block from 53 to sniff out the screen pass. And 21 is Jay. He's the running back that Anderson originally started with tonight. Checked out of the ball game in the latter half of the quarter to number 23, and he's back in now. The smaller, perhaps, of the 2 backs. A trips right look. Slot stacked. Here comes 3. Got time to throw it. Here comes the deep ball. It's going to be just overthrown. And Ian, the safety, run in with him. And who else? Ed Small, the 4-star, and just couldn't quite reach it as it was out of his fingertips, but not by much. And that one was close. And Coach T having a verbal chat with his free safety. It's tough, though. If you've never played in the secondary, it looks so foolish to let a guy get behind you, but it's just not an easy play to make as the Trojans take a timeout. We'll talk about it in a minute. You line up as deep as you think you need to line up to be able to read it well. And if you read pass, of course, you've got to keep it in front of you. If you read run, then you've got to come up for run support and play it. So your depth matters. It's not like you can just start miles and miles deep to make sure they don't get behind you. Not to mention they catch it underneath of you, and now you got to break down an open field, and that's not the easiest thing in the world to do. But when you do decide that receiver is going past you, there's a threshold of when you've got to get out of your back pedal, throw an elbow, turn, and go and sprint. It's like playing outfield in baseball. You can't backpedal your way to a fly ball. At some point, you got to throw that elbow, turn, and go, and look over your shoulder and play the ball that way. You move so much faster. And it's the same thing here on the football field. You do put your back to the ball initially in the quarterback's hands, but there's just no other way to play it if you're going to keep people in front of you. Anyway, all that said, you have a lot of respect for these guys who can keep the receivers in front of them, especially guys like Ed Small, who's headed to TCU potentially. Here comes third down. Max got some more time. And there's Small now. No, excuse me, that's 10. And tackled in the secondary after a first down. It was Small. I thought it was 10. It was 18. That 8 looked like a 0. And he's got a couple tonight, and pretty sure-handed, you can tell. I believe his stats come in at about 5'10 and a half as we looked him up on 247 Sports earlier. He's lined up at the top, so they're putting him in some different spots tonight. Changing him around, making sure one person can't cover him for the Hawk defense. 22's going to press him, and they're double covering him. 7 over the top. Max, drop, looking his way again. Now he'll scramble. Moves to his left side. And looking for the boundary and finds it after a first down. It was the corner 3 picking him up, but there is a flag in the backfield. A likely hold, and he'll bring this one back for a 1st and 20 coming up. A bit of the Hayes student section making the trip here to Austin. And the parents now chiming in, the old "you can't do that" chant. Number 70, the culprit. And he is perhaps the center, walking back in the center of the field there. We can check him out. He is lined up over the ball. Linford's had a couple of TFLs tonight, but Max has been pretty clean-footed in the pocket. Hasn't had to dodge much of a rush, and you know at halftime that's going to be an adjustment the Hayes coaching staff like to make. How do we get pressure on 3? Here comes 20 in motion to the right side, and whistles blow, and it's going to be an illegal procedure on the offense. 2 offensive penalties in a row, and they'll move back 5. So spot the 29-yard line to gain the Hayes 46. So a bit of length here, probably in the form of about, I don't know, math in public is tough, 22 yards-ish maybe. And here comes 2 in motion to reset to the side, and that's 2 guys in motion. So that'll not be a dead ball. They can just let this play go. I wouldn't even chase it. 15 going to use a lot of energy here, and he is shifty, and the stands not seeming to know that this is coming back. But that was as clear as day. You can't put 2 guys in motion. I just knew for sure that Max would let both those guys get set. He had to see them both moving, but he doesn't. And 3 offensive penalties in a row for Anderson. I know these players know the rules of football. I really am shocked that a quarterback at this level in the form of number 3, Max, who had the motion going across his body. I mean, they both crossed right in front of him. The running back in the slot, and he just never let him get set. Here comes first down again, and just 1 in motion this time. Hayes will move with him. And another false start movement. I didn't see this one with my naked eye, but the referees did, and it's another dead ball. So 4 in a row, and this ball going to be spotted back at the 20-yard line. 2:08 to play. They have a lot of downs left here in the arsenal, so I don't know that Hayes gets the ball back, barring a turnover of sorts. Ed Small in the slot on the right side. And this time they're going to keep the string to the right side and say maybe that's our Achilles heel. Maybe we just can't move the motion to our left. We don't work as well that way. 23 back in at halfback. 3-step drop. All kinds of time. Fires out in the stop route. 20 puts a move on Ian and gets past him. And now he's off to the races. 3 trying to find him and 0 helps. And they have a first down. So all they needed after all that penalty was just one stop route.
To number 20, Ben Hetter.
Hayes giving him a lot of space in the secondary.
First down.
But maybe too much space. Ian comes up to try to make the play, and he plays the inside of the receiver, and he turns to the outside. A little pressure now, and it's a screen pass, and tackle made on the boundary, and a good effort to rip that ball out by 22. Doesn't work out, and it's a first down after 2 plays.
The pass complete.
Back-to-back first down efforts.
Stopped by number 22.
The reason the pressure on the quarterback that time is because it was a screen,
First and 10
and the offensive line being porous to let some of the guys through as they go get the second level. A timeout called by the Hawks, and they've burned their second one. They've got one left. And they're going to say 1:28 when the timeout was called. So they'll put 10 more seconds back on it. Coach T and company going to talk about how they keep Anderson off the scoreboard. They'd love to go into half close like this, a 21-20 ball game, 1 point advantage for Anderson. And don't want to give anything here in a minute and a half. Boy, that Jumbotron, when it shows white, lights up the field like a 5th light tower. Another view of the downtown Austin skyline here at House Park. All the vehicles parked right there in that parking garage. Just not enough parking space here in the old school lot. I don't typically shoot live videos, but thought I'd try it tonight. Made the trip out here to House Park and shot a Friday night Anderson-Hayes game. Thought it'd be fun to get my feet wet in the varsity action. Perhaps have some more of this in my future. And of course, a live film goes a long time, so it'll be about a 2.5-hour piece of work here, but it'll post live and can be watched back later. Here comes motion. Ed Small, yo-yos, and they're going to say he was going forward. So you have to stay flat to the line of scrimmage, and he crept towards the line of scrimmage, and they're going to get him for an illegal motion.
Offense, number 20.
And so they're going to give the 1 second that ticked off on a dead ball. So in theory, the play never happened. Therefore, no time should have ticked off. So they reset it to 1:28. Here comes 1st and 15 from the 36. A balance set. Max, 3-step drop, puts a foot back, and then hit as he throws it. And so he threw a duck, and for the first time tonight, the Hayes defensive line gets some pressure on the passer.
2nd and 15 for the Trojans.
And a pass-heavy team like Anderson, that will be the key to this game going forward on the defensive plan is how do we get pressure on Max? How do we keep him off balance? How do we get him out of his rhythm? We talk about coverage and not letting guys behind you, but when a quarterback has a full 4 seconds to stand there and throw, it's tough to cover anybody that long. In fact, when you play 7-on-7, it's a 4-second rule that if you hold the ball as the quarterback longer than the 4 seconds, then the play's dead right there. Max getting every bit of 4 seconds, it feels like, before he needs to release that football. It doesn't look like Hayes has brought much pressure outside of the front 4. Once they read pass, they're sinking in coverage, and so part of the strategy may be, though it's risky, That's the name of the game, is to start bringing either some of your outside backers, some of your coverage guys in some places where the Anderson offense just doesn't have a scheme plan to block them, and maybe you get to Max that way. He's scrambled a little bit, so he's got decent feet, but I don't know that he has the kind of feet that could evade a fast rush. Hayes just bringing 3 now. Here comes the stop right to the outside, and a good tackle by 22, laying the wood on the running back, 21. He did get about 2 yards, perhaps, and the clock will run as the tackle made inbounds. So just at a minute to go here in the first half. Anderson and Hayes each have 1 timeout. Max, 3-step drop, got time. Now 10, flushing him out. 99 chases him, and he's got to throw it away. So Hayes getting pressure with just a 3-man rush, and if they can do that, buddy, that can be a hard situation to overcome. Now you're putting 8 guys in pass protection, pass coverage, just sending 3, and if you can get pressure, you can sign the certificate. Here comes 4th down, 51 seconds, and a timeout by Hayes. They're going to take their final one. Now that Coach T has seen how Anderson came out and lined up, he wants to talk about how they want to defend the formation. Would imagine there's going to be some halftime homecoming festivities for Anderson. Both bands are lined up to perform. I know sometimes the festivities of homecoming go so long, or a senior night or a parents' night or what have you, that the bands don't get to perform and then they end up going after the game. So here comes 4th and 8 from the 30, call it the 29-yard line. 21, the running back in the game, and a penalty flag. And I don't know what this could be on. It's a false start. Boy, Anderson on offensive sets have not been able to get it together, and that's been tough. They did overcome the first 4 in a row that they had earlier in this drive with a long strike. Really, it was a long run after the catch. But hard to dominate a football game or even win it for that matter with all these penalties that they're racking up. In the first quarter, Hayes was really drawing the penalties. And now a bit of an equalizer here. Max has 4 receivers to choose from. 21 will stay in pass protection. And Max will try to run for it. Here comes 2 to try to keep him from it. 31 tackles him, and I don't think he got there. It's going to be short. And there's a flag on the play, wouldn't you know it? We've had more flags than not, and it's at the line of scrimmage.
On the keeper. Flag on the play.
And the referees on the far side will have a chat and talk about it. On the offense, of course, it'll be declined and be a Hayes football. On the defense will mean a re-go of 4th down from a little closer. The hold is going to be on the defense. So holding those receivers as they came off the line of scrimmage. And even though it's only 5 yards and puts the ball at the 26, they will give them a 1st down. Auto style. And while we're talking about shooting yourself in the foot, Hayes has had, I think, 3 tonight defensive penalties that have given automatic 1st downs to the would-be otherwise stumbling Anderson offense. Everybody in tight now, still split, and the give, a double reverse, and it's 18. Ed Small up the middle, and he tripped up by 0. A good tackle, and he hurt his arm, it looks like.
Ed Small on the run.
As he's staying down.
He's hurt.
And that could be tough. But he wants to re-go. He's going to line back up. And you can appreciate playing tough, but if he's hurt, you want him to get the care he needs. Here comes the snap. And he's in coverage. 3 over the top, and he picked it! He got him! Intercepted! And it's a touchback! And one, arguing that he had his face mask going in, it did look like there was a little contact, but nevertheless, no flag. One pleading his case, and 3 comes up big. Talk about redemption. He had given up a long one to 15 on the opening play, or excuse me, opening touchdown, and now he runs with him. The deep man over the top on that play was supposed to be number 0, who came up from that last tackle holding his wrist, and rather than staying down and coming off and getting a fresh player in there, stayed in and had over-the-top responsibilities. And there he is now. Seems to be walking okay. He will come and get checked out, but perhaps Hayes dodging a bit of a bullet there as he wasn't much in the play over the top. Hayes will have the ball on the 20 from the touchback with 9 seconds to go.
On the 20.
Would think that probably victory formation here. Tacoma will just take this, knee it, and go to the house with a 1-point deficit. And will line up as the deep man in protection. And Tacoma squats down. Halftime, we'll take a break. A 21-20 Anderson lead. It's close. Anderson rushed out to a 2-touchdown lead, and Hayes came roaring back. Both these teams hungry to stay in the postseason, keeping their opportunities alive.
Enjoy the show.
A loss wouldn't necessarily eliminate anybody, but a win would certainly help your situation. And we'll take a bit of a silent break here while halftime unfolds.
Took your idea, Cruz, and put it under that bowl. It's like much more comfortable. Is this thing still working? Huh? Good.
High Stepper Titanium sponsor is Realty One Group with Brandy Auto. High Stepper Platinum sponsors are Oldham Family Orthodontics, Earth Sky Communications, and Hat Creek Burger Company. The High Steppers are under the leadership of Captain Megan Percy, Junior Lieutenant Bailey Manucci McKinney, Junior Lieutenant Aria Moore, and Sophomore Lieutenant Gianna Joe. High Stepper of the Week is Alyssa Enriquez. And Officer's Choice is Sawyer Alexander. Now watch and enjoy as the High Steppers perform a high energy kick routine to the Hawk Band's rendition of Hand Clap.
Now taking the field is the pride of Hawk Nation, the Jack C. Hayes Marching Band. The Hawk Band is directed by John Rauschenberg, Aaron Collins, Aaron Venegas, Tim Briones, and Ali Martinez. The Hawk Band is under the field direction of Head Drum Major Chase McIntyre and Assistant Drum Majors Anthony Ternini, Victoria Scotto, and Andy Harlan. The Hawk Band percussion captain is Austin Vallejo. The color guard is under the field direction of Colonels L. Matthews and Josephine Sand. Co-captains of the guard are Sadie Barber and Danica Carter. The Hawk Band underclassman of the week is Noah So. The Hawk Band upperclassman of the week is Max Danheim. The Hawk Guard spinner of the week is Matthew Tevez. The Hawk Band and Guard member of the week is Sam Nunes. The Hawk Band and Guard section of the week is the Sousaphones. This evening, the band and guard will perform their UIL competition show titled Glorious. Soloists include Ash Rueda, Isabella McCormack, Bella Beard, Elizabeth Stubing, and Andy Harlan on the flute, Hashem Chadley and Amir Chadley on the bassoon, and Scott Fowers on the trumpet. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please sit back and enjoy the Hawk Band and Guard as they perform Glorious. back tomorrow at the Area D5A marching contest in Pflugerville. Let's go Hawks! Attention fans, we have a special group in the stands tonight. Let's give a huge welcome to the class of 2004, celebrating their 20-year reunion. Please stand, class of 2004. Not only are we honored to have this alumni, we are also thrilled to recognize some of the coaches who have helped shape our high school experience. Please join us in a round of applause for our former coaches who are here with us tonight. We'd also like to take a moment to honor a very special coach who is no longer with us, Coach Trent Gregory, dedicated over 10 years as head coach at Anderson High School, leaving a lasting legacy that we remember and appreciate today and every day. Thank you for your dedication and lasting impact. Go Trojans! Trojan bells are in the direction of Ms. Kayla Orton and Ms. Hayes Perkins. The bell officers are Sophomore Lieutenant Lily Reynolds, Sophomore Lieutenant Taylor Watson, Second Lieutenant Riley Lynch, First Lieutenant Avery Taylor, and Captain Lauren Hanley. The social officers are Megan Summerdorf, Massa Vardes, Bridget Kinsey, Celeste Bannister, and Peachy Brooks. The bell elite is Lauren Hanley. And officer's choice is Megan Summerdorf. Tonight the bells are performing an energetic routine in honor of alumni to What I Like About You. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Trojan Bells. The Trojan Bells would also like to thank the following businesses for their diamond level sponsorship: Austin Telco Federal Credit Union, Quattro Benefits, D&T Construction, Cook Brooks Johnson, and Boulette Golden and Martin. The Anderson Band and Bells would like to wish the Hayes Band and performers good luck at the UIL Area D marching contest tomorrow. Let's have another round of applause for the Trojan Bells.
We're back from a lengthy halftime, homecoming style for Anderson. Hayes in their Hawk inflatable, about to come out. Got 4 cheerleaders to run through. Well, maybe not. It was a good effort, good intention for a minute there, but the rest of the squad down the field. So if you're asking me, as the horn blows for the second time to try to prompt these schools to come on out, keys to the second half for Hayes. Would love to see the defensive front get some more pressure on Max, number 3, the quarterback for Anderson. He's had nothing but clean feet for most of that first half, able to let his receivers run their routes, unfold, hit them on time, after time, just really whenever he wants. He's run a couple times, and then towards the end of the first half, Hayes was able to get a little bit of pressure, even with just a 3-man rush. But I think if they can produce and create a dirtier pocket for him, that could mean good things for Hayes. Offensively, what they've been doing has really been working. They've had a pretty good mix of run, pretty good mix of pass, and got 2 scores offensively to show for it. 1 special teams score on the feet of Markel, number 84, who's got some speed. Both teams have had too many penalties if you're a coach, and they got to clean that up. Here come the Hawks. In their Stormtrooper white, and Anderson follows them in their yellow and gray, very unique colors. Traditionally navy and gold, I believe. You can see that on the cheerleaders' outfits, but a bit of a color power here with a gray and a yellow. I'm not even sure who to compare that to. Maybe the University of Pittsburgh from time to time has a gray jersey with a yellow helmet. Hayes won the toss in the first half. They elected to take the ball rather than deferring, so they'll be kicking off and giving the ball to Anderson to start. Number 18, Ed Small, the key receiver to watch coming into the game, and he's had a fair effort so far. But the real threat has come on the feet of number 15, who's got speed for days and quickness. He's got 2 touchdowns and untouched on both of them, and they both went for nearly half the length of the football field. Tough to guard and tough to tackle when the ball's in his hands. Look for him to get it some more. Largely, the Hayes defense has wrapped up number 21 and number 23, the runners for the Trojans. A look real quick at the scoreboard with the Austin skyline behind us. And it's a 21-20 game, really close. If you're just joining us, a lot on the line tonight. Both teams needing a win. Anderson in the driver's seat, Hayes needing to keep pace with them. Top 4 teams go to the playoffs, and right now the Trojans sit in the 4th spot of the district. College Station, A&M Consolidated, and Weiss are all but locked, and so the 4th spot up for grabs. Lockhart also lurking, but they've got the 2 powerhouses, A&M Consolidated and College Station, to deal with still, and I don't know that they'll be up for the task of that. A Hayes win tonight means Anderson and Hayes are both 3-3 in the district. They likely both will go 1-1 if I had to guess to finish out the season, making them an even 4-4, but Hayes would have the head-to-head tiebreaker. Here comes the kickoff, 20, and he's tackled. Good job on the boundary, right on the 20-yard line number by the cover team. 81 gets off the bottom of that pile.
Number 20 on the return, Ben Hedger.
All that to say, if the UIL tiebreaker is head-to-head with a 2-team tie, then Hayes would be in the driver's seat there. Of course, an Anderson win would mean they improve to 4-2 in the district, and Hayes would drop to 2-4 and have a really steep road to climb and need some luck from Anderson to lose as well to make that thing happen. So a win vital tonight, a playoff game perhaps in its own right. Here comes first down. It's a give up the middle. 21, Jay, and he's got a lot. In fact, he may have his longest run of the night in the form of about 14 yards, at least equal to his longest. And Hayes looking for the pass perhaps, and got that one shoved down their throat. Quick snap, another give. This time the right side, Linford tracking him and gets blocked down low or trips or something. but came out of the play. Maybe he ended up on it, but the corner, number 7, came up to play, or maybe it was 33, the linebacker, to make that stop after a gain of about 3 yards.
2nd and 7.
So 7 yards needed to get out to the 45 to keep the drive going. It's just 2nd down. Here comes blitz up the middle. 3. This time he's got some men near him in a dart, and a tackle bumped out of bounds by 7, so he's got 2 in a row. Didn't wrap him up like maybe he hoped to, trying to land the big stick, but it's a 2nd first down of the drive here right off the bat. So Anderson hadn't seen a 3rd down yet here in the 2nd half. Blitz up the middle again, 79 coming to pull, and Limford in there and got enough of the ankles to keep the ball carrier from doing much. The linebacker, number 2, also there to finish things up.
No gain, 2nd and 10 for Anderson.
So just inside of the Hawk end of the field. And a trips to the left side, a wingback. And this time 3 keeps it. Rolling to his left and looking for Ed Small, the 4-star, on the out route. Guarded, I think, by Ian, who came up from the safety spot. Maybe 22 was there, but the ball really not thrown well. And the coverage really good, so maybe that's why it wasn't thrown well. So the first 3rd down of the 2nd half, and the Hawk defense picking a good time to bow up. Just 4 in the box for the Hawks. 91 trying to get pressure, makes Max go to his far side. Now, out of the back in a long throw, looking for Small down the sideline and overthrown. It'll force a 4th down, no flags. The cleanest drive of the ball game. I think that's the first time we've seen an entire drive go flag-free in this football game. Likely see the first punt of the night from either team, which is saying something for both these offenses. And number 5 for the Trojans is going to be the guy. Kenny, number 1, the deep man, standing on the 15, waiting to receive it. Good looking snap, no arc to it. Kick away, and Kenny will have a chance to return this. And he catches it and keeps his feet, and now he's going to stay on that side. And down the boundary he goes, and finally forced out at the 30, so it's a return of about 15, and then he slips down. I took my eyes off of it. I don't know that he got hit or if he slipped. It certainly was out of bounds, and it drew a rise from the crowd. No flag, first down, 35 coming up for the Hawks. Hayes certainly having played pass protection on that last effort on defense. They just were putting 4 in the box, and perhaps that's why they had some success early running on them. But they went to the air on the back half of that drive and didn't find any luck. Here comes trips to the right for the Hawks. Tacoma, quick strike, and it's thrown low and incomplete. Never gave his receiver a chance. That was Layton who claps his hands, but really nothing he could have done about that. He ran his 5-yard stop route, and the ball just wasn't there.
Number 14, Layton Fuentes. 2nd and 10 on the 33.
Tacoma, a junior. He played a lot last year as a sophomore as well, so he's a pretty experienced player, experienced passer, and Hayes needs him to be good tonight. 4 wide, far side, the narrow side. 5 showing like he wants to come off the edge. He won't, and will get it up the middle and got traffic around his lower half. I think that was 44 who was in there before anything could unfold. It was. And I suppose his name is Gage Webb, according to the press box. I've heard it a couple times tonight. He's playing right there in the middle, and that's why he's in so much of the action. Not an oversized defense for Anderson. Their front 3 does have some size, has some length, has some height. Could be tough to throw over and around, but they're just playing that 3-4 look. They've been in it all night, just bringing 3. Though they will blitz the backers. They won't blitz them now. They're all in pass coverage on 3rd and long. Tacoma moves to his right. Now 5's going to make him do something. He's got Jaden, and unfortunately, Markel tagged the ball. 40 was in position and may have had a first down had Markel let it go. And so equal punts coming here. tall tower light right there just over the stadium keeps making me think it's the moon in the sky. Looks like it's a moonless night tonight, as far as I can tell. Here comes a punt attempt. Hayes has not been great at deep snaps and punts this season. A good one there and a good kick. And coverage man Ian down there, and I think that's Ed Small who can fly, and he returns it about 20 yards untouched before he darts out of bounds. Into Hawk territory, and they'll have a good bit of work inside of Hawk territory to go. I say a good bit. It's certainly not as much as it would have been had Ian been able to force a fair catch. Hayes with 6, a dime set in coverage.
First and 10 on the 46 for the Trojans.
Maybe even 7. Now they're going to bring a blitz off the edge, 33, but 23 makes him pay. He skirts through the front before the edge rush could get home, and he's got a first down.
Nice run by Dom Mays.
Another give to him, up the middle, patient, and Limford takes a ride. But he gets a lot of what he needed there.
Dom Mays on a strong run. Taken down by
So
Limford.
3 minutes have ticked off here in the opening quarter.
2nd and 3.
Anderson's had the ball the whole time. 23 going to get it right side and runs into Limford again, who was shedding the block. And a fine job as he's able to get his hands out in front, find 23 and take him down and save the first down. It's 3rd and short coming. But with just a yard needed, they've really got full access to anything in the playbook they want to do here. In the gun all night, so you are putting the ball back off the line of scrimmage. 23 bounces to his right side, trips right. Gonna get it again, left edge, got the first. I say he got the first. I don't know that he did. And then maybe a face mask called.
Flag on the play.
And he's slow to give up, and it's the main referee from the back side of the play who throws the flag, and he may have had a good view to see how the tackle was made. He was slung around, and maybe the handle was the mask. And they're talking about it, a vicious nod of the head from the umpire. And I bet that is no, it's a wave off. So he says, no, I didn't get the mask. A clean tackle, and it forces 4th. They may have gotten an inch or 2 on it. Nope, they're going to say first down on the play. I thought he was short. They moved the sticks. So a fresh set of downs here at the 24-yard line for the Trojans. Fake, play action. Max evades and throws the 41 in the flat. And a tackle by 3 and 0 back in the game. Glad to see his wrist not bothering him too bad, but the run after the catch lethal as it gets the first down inside the 10. They'll set up a first and, well, not a first and goal, so it'll be 1st and 10. I thought it was inside the 10. Ed Small, the right side slot. And handoff 21. Jay's got room to run. Now the secondary comes up and he splits them. Steps through them.
Sneaks in for a touchdown.
And he's got maybe the first rushing score of the night for Anderson. I can't remember if all 3 were in the air or if they had one on the ground as well, but an opening drive that took 4.5 minutes, and that takes some of the steam out of the Hayes defense to go that long, that far. Love to block this or miss this right here and keep it a 7-point game. It's 27-20 now, Anderson, as it stands. Snap low, spot down, kick good. So 28-20, still a 1 score.
Kick is good.
But of course would need a 2-point, but too early to think about that.
20.
So we're about to see the Hawk return team, and if you missed the first half, that was one of their touchdowns. Markel returned it clean, caught it on the far side, and wheeled all the way to the near side here, right to left, and used his speed, showed it off, and they never caught him. caught it on about the 20 and ran it about 80 yards for the score. It came right after the first touchdown of Anderson, and so Hayes responded really quick to stay in this game. Never have let it get away, even though the Anderson offense has looked pretty good. Only seen them punt once tonight. Hayes just keeps on coming. So they're pacing the Trojans, who have put up over 200 points. I think on Max Preps it says 233 points of offense. To Hayes is only 96 or so. And so they've certainly outscored Hayes in the district, but tonight they're hanging in there. Here comes Markel. Catch this time around the 10. And he'll try the wide side again. Steps up, slips the tackle, and then a good tackle to save what could have been a lot down low by 36 of the cover team.
Number 84 on the return. Stopped by number 36, Rowan Erickson.
Still a breezeless night. Temperature has dropped a bit, 79 degrees on my watch. Kickoff was 83, so it's pretty pleasant out here, even though there's no wind. And a wing back to the left side for Hayes, balanced otherwise. Pressure off the edge. Give to 13, he spins out of it, and now back again and has to slide down. So it looked juicy for a minute. He did a no-look spin. Hadn't seen that move too often, but unfortunately for Hayes, somebody stayed home and turned him back around. He lost 6 on it, and that's steep. So ball all the way back to the 21-yard line of Hayes. Got to get to about the 32. Nope, 36. Better yet, 37. 15 anyway. Trips to the right side. Motion, Markel. Jet sweep, going to be him on a little pass. That'll go down as a pass for a loss as he threw it forward, and then his headgear pops off.
Handoff.
And 84 will have to check out for a play.
Liam McMillan.
And Kenny and Jaden talking with Coach T to take a play in. Tacoma also with his ear in the mix. So a loss of a few more yards here. Not what Hayes wanted to start this response drive. Spot back
19 for Hayes.
To their 17-yard line. Layton alone at the top. Tacoma looking to put it in the air. He wants Layton on the deep ball. And a flag does come in. It's a first down. Layton had his hands up in the air and trying to get him up, but really didn't turn and look for it himself, but neither did 4, and the defense will be called for that every time.
Pass interference. Defense, number 4. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot.
4 is the corner who was locked up on an island with Layton, running stride per stride with him. And so you got one job if ever you feel like you're getting beat as that corner spot. The best play is to grab him and not let him go by you if you think the alternative is a score. I'm not sure that was the case there, but there was contact and PI the result. Markel back in the game at the slot on the left side. Ant to the right, and here comes motion in the form of Markel. A trips look now, play action, and a dart over to Layton. Layton, and blown up by 4 this time, who was not premature, but was right on time. But nevertheless, the stop route good, even though it looks disastrous on that kind of a tackle. It was good for 5.5 yards, which is a successful offensive play.
2nd and 5 for the Hawks.
So Kenny will check out. Kenny had a long touchdown strike, about 40 yards. Caught it in the end zone with about 3 guys shadowing him. So great concentration to bring that football game within a point. Blitz up the middle through the A-gaps being shown. They're going to go. And they give the ball to Ant anyway, and he steps through the tackles and has nearly the first down. Really close. I think they're going to call him short. Nope, first down.
Stopped by number 11, Hodges Smith. 1st and 10 for the Hawks.
Again, it'd be nice to have stats. I bet Ant probably has 4 or 5 picked up on his feet tonight. Mostly up the middles where his success has come. Kenny in motion this time. And the pocket rolls to the right. Tacoma looking to throw it to Gingro, and he got him for about 7. 20 trying to finish him off there in the grasp, and Jaden's got a midfield 7-yard pickup.
Complete to number 40.
Jaden, of course, the sophomore. And he's got those no place like home red slippers on his feet. And he'll line up here to the near side by himself. 2 will try to lock him up. Trips to the far side for the Hawks. And they'll shift the defense that way. 2, create a little buffer space. Tacoma looking for him. Wants him on the stop. And now he's going to tell him to go. Here goes Jaden, and tried to head top him. Couldn't get through the defender, and the flags stay in the pocket.
Defended by number 2, Grayson White.
So that ball maybe underthrown a tad. Jaden trying to go up over the defender and reach back for it and just couldn't find it.
Anderson Trojans, let's make some noise.
So 3rd and 3, probably 4 down territory here. They might consider punting if this goes south, just to pin them back. But Tacoma wheels around. He's got Larson, dumps it too high, but he is so tall himself. He's got it. And moving downfield, Levi has a 1st down inside the 36-yard line.
Number 15, Levi Larson. Taking down number 4, Kyle Dean.
I was afraid Tacoma airmailed him. He was just so open. It was just too easy. And just really needed to kind of Patrick Mahomes push pass from the chest style to get it to him. Tried to take as much as he could off, and it was just hot over the top. But Levi, about 6'4", I'll bet you, had no problems getting it. Tacoma, play action. Got room to his left side. Now he finds Ant out of the backfield. 13 down the sideline, and he's got a couple. And a flag thrown on the far side. And we'll see what that's about. 44 has his helmet off. I don't know if this will be a personal foul of some sort or in-play action. A chat, and now the referee will give it to us. Oh, a hold on the offense, 53, so inside the box, that may be the center. And a tough experience there on what would otherwise been a nice pickup out of the backfield from Ant. So spot moved back to the 40-yard line as Hazel reset for 1st down. It's a spot foul, so it makes it about 1st and 13. Line to gain about the 33-yard line. Trips right. And Tacoma. Downfield, now he tucks it and flushes to his right side, and Anderson's defense closes pretty fast, pretty well. And that's Hodges again, looking down over Tacoma, and it's no gain, not even an inch.
Second and 13.
So same distance to go, different down. 17 seconds on the play clock. This is about where Hayes was when they found Kenny down the seam on that streak right between the two hashes. Not in the ball game now. Levi Larson in the slot to the near side. Tacoma, 3-step drop. All kinds of time. Lots of time. Pointing, still has time. And now he unleashes one, but the ball underthrown and picked off. He just didn't get all of that one. Number 4, the corner, had time to respond and taken down out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. And a big huddle over there as they're trying to celebrate their player. And Hayes trying to get out of there. I tell you, these sidelines are so tight that it looks vicious, but it's really just because it's cramped. There's just nowhere for the people to be. There's probably not more than, like I said, maybe 10 yards for any of these people to experience the sideline. I don't think there was any flags of any kind thrown. Boy, Tacoma had all day. He started to take some pressure that he didn't see from the backside. I don't think that the pursuer got to him, so it's not like he hit him and the ball came out funny, but the Tacoma certainly didn't get all of what he wanted. The ball was floppy, underthrown. Markel was trying to come back for it. I think he was the intended target, and Ford was just in position. They are talking about something over there on the far side, like there was a flag thrown. I certainly don't see any laundry on the field now and didn't see any in the live play, but of course all those yellow hats over there, there might have been one fly and you just couldn't identify it. Coach T, I think, all the way out on the other side of the hash trying to get an explanation as to what's going on. And it looks like there is a case he's trying to plead, but it doesn't look like they're hearing any of it. So Coach T will come back to his side, and the Anderson offense will come out on the field. Now, where they mark the ball will be interesting, as it looks like that's not as far as where he went out of bounds at. Still hadn't heard any kind of an explanation as to why that might be, and they're still talking about it. Of where the play ended.
Yeah, personal foul. Hayes, number 14. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Anderson ball.
So the penalty called on Hayes, namely number 14, Layton. And he's not happy about it, as he probably feels like it was unjustly called. It was a lot of commotion over there. But nevertheless, 15 yards tacked on inside of Hayes territory. An 8-point lead for Anderson, and they're going to try to extend that here. Defense going to have to bow up. And a double team down here on the bottom. And Ed Small, not this guy that's drawing the double team. He's at the top in the slot. Handoff, 21, Jay going north and south, and he finds the second level. Zero rides him down, and he's got 9.
On the run. Out by number 0, Kai Trojans.
Kai's playing a safety look back there with Ian.
2nd and 1 for the Trojans.
Jay, 21, left side, and Not much there. In fact, he won't have the first down, I don't think. He did get about a yard on it. They're looking to see if it's a first down. Yes, he says it is. He's asking the chain crew to move.
Jay Fulmer on the run.
Hayes fans thinking they saw some kind of a hold.
That run's good enough
Called for it, but
Trojan.
referee's not hearing it, not buying it. Spot now the 32-yard line on the far right side hash. A balanced look for Anderson. Max to 21. No, play action. Dumps it out to 41. Got a little room. And lays a shot there and then found the Hayes tacklers. Into the kicking net he goes.
Max Garlic to number 41.
And they've run that play out of the backfield a couple times
David
tonight.
Lopez.
Just sneaking the backfield into the flat. And when you're threatened by the deep ball like Hayes has been, your eyes just aren't always home in the backfield if you've got flat responsibility. No tight ends. Here comes Ed Small in motion to their side, and Ian will move over with him and shadow over top of him. He's likely drawn a double team from them. Another run. 21, he's got room up the middle and taken down by Kai, but he gets about 5 after the contact, and he's really running hard
Jay Fulmer on the run.
and quick through that center.
Trojans.
I'd say the Anderson rushing attack better in the second half than we saw it in the first. Play action, 3, moving to his right side now. Looking for the flag right, 18, out of bounds, just didn't have the feet in.
Max Garlic's pass is incomplete.
They've probably connected on that plenty of times, and if that ball had been thrown about
Second and 10
a quarter of a
for
second
Anderson.
sooner, he may have been able to drag a foot in bounds. You've heard football is a game of inches. It's also a game of seconds. Like so many sports, incremental nanoseconds can make a big difference sometimes. That's why at the higher levels, of course, they've implemented instant replay to get things right that your eye can't see. Another play action and a zipper screen to 15. He's got 2 touchdowns tonight using the speed, and boy, he's quick. High steps into the end zone.
Max Garlic.
And he's got his third. It's a hat trick for him, and now a 2-touchdown lead for Anderson here late in the third quarter.
14-yard touchdown for Anderson.
And you see now why Anderson has put up over 230 points in district play this year. They just can strike so quickly. And here comes the 5th extra point try of the night, and it's good. 47 has 5 PAT kicks.
That kick is good. Anderson,
So a 35-20,
35,
15-point ball game. And Hayes got a little work to do. Offense coming up next. The return team for Hayes tonight has been a bright spot. In fact, you feel like every time Markel has it, he's just a tackle away from doing something with it. Of course, if you're just joining us, I'll say again, in the first quarter, he had a response to the first touchdown of the game by Anderson with a 80-yard touchdown return on the kickoff. 47 has been pooch style, not kicking them deep. No touchbacks tonight. And again, a pooch kick. Gonna find the 25-yard line and caught clean by Markel. And slips, keeps his feet, now up the middle. And then a good form tackle by 43 up high, stuck him.
Number 84 on the return.
But about 20 yards on that
By
return
number
as
2,
well.
Grayson
And
Lake.
so
And number
Hayes
43,
return team doing their
Hayes.
job. Coach T, the play caller, and the head coach, Coach Scott, in the booth, who was an originator of some of the early offense in the season. And so together, they make up the strategy on this side of the ball. First down from the 30-yard line. Trips to the right set. Kenny alone at the top. And Tacoma looking downfield. And now moves out of the pocket and dumps one to Ant, who slips down and collects it near the line to gain, but they're going to mark him short by about a yard.
To number 13, Anthony Hernandez. 2nd and 1 for the Hawks.
Not sure if Ant lost his footing or if the ball was just thrown shy enough that he had to go down to get it. Need to see it again to make my mind up on that. Trips to the right again. Clap of the hands. Tacoma wants to throw it. Looking at Jaden Markell, and now he throws it away, just airmails it out of bounds and hits the stands. Hope the drill team was paying attention. If that one climbed another foot in the air, would have been in their territory.
Pass is incomplete. 3rd down, Hayes.
3rd and just a yard, so Hayes needing to get it. Keep it moving. Don't know if they'll just try to dive forward for it or if they'll try to sneak it around the side. Maybe something through the air. Kenny in the slot here to the close side, and it's Layton at the top. Ant moves across the bow, and he's going to get it, and tried to go around 5 and goes backwards. I think he could have got there had he gone forward,
Stopped in the backfield by number 51, River
but
Anderson.
chose to be jukey. And number 5, who was the force on that, must have gotten shaken up. He looked defeated, like maybe he grabbed a mask or did something, and he's still looking defeated over there. But he was successful in causing the play to stop shy of the line to gain and forcing a 4th down. So I'd love to be in the conversation right now to hear what he's upset about, because there was no flags. Ant loses a yard, and it's 4th and 2. And now they're moving the chains. Oh, because it's the end of the quarter. That's what happens when the quarter changes. 4th quarter coming up, so they'll reset. Hayes got a big conversion needed here. They need to keep pace here with 1 quarter to go. So I'll say it again, a lot on the line here in the next 12 minutes of play. Hayes desperately needing to win to keep their playoff hopes very much alive. A win, in my opinion, would all but guarantee they get in. A loss would be nearly an elimination. And that's because of the teams remaining on both of these 2 teams' schedule. My guess is they probably would go 1-1 each, and so they need the tie. Hayes needs to have an even record starting that 1-1 process and would love to have the head-to-head. Tacoma's going to move the pocket to the left, throw a dart to Layton. A good move right there. How about 14, keeping that stick from number 4 from happening. He pumped to the inside and spun to the outside and showing the eyes in the back of his head.
Long Prentice. He's tackled by number 33, Pierce Miller. 1st and 10, Hawks.
So 1st down, trips right, Tacoma looking to throw. Wants Layton again, and another move to the outside, keeps his feet in, and sidesteps the tackle, and then out of bounds and thrown into the chain link fence. Again, not a indictment on the tackler. He shoved him in bounds. It's just that wall is so close. Really surprised there's not padding of some sort on the wall like you see in the elementary school gyms. High school gyms, for that matter. Another 1st down, 2 in a row. Hayes finding something here in the air on offense. Trips to the right again. Levi in the inside slot. And a draw play. Tacoma's keeping it all the way. Slips the tackle. Found over the backside, and he's got 6.
Ames on the keeper.
Tacoma, a big kid in his own right and good feet.
Stopped by a troop of
And
Trojans.
so can get downhill in a hurry as he needs to. Ant flushed out of the backfield. He's going to throw it to him. And it's low again, but he catches it, and it's a 1st down. And that's about the 3rd time tonight Ant has had to go down to the turf to make a grab. And if Tacoma could get those balls up to his eye level, you really have the feeling that Ant could do something with some yak. Layton over here by himself to the left side again. And Anderson going to call a timeout as they don't like the pace of this Hayes Hawk offense, who's found something here early in the fourth quarter.
That's the first time out of the half.
Back from the Trojan timeout. It's first down from the 19-yard line. I guess it's the 20. And a balanced set. No, maybe trips right. In the pocket moving. Tacoma trying to throw to Levi. He's got him. Larson racing for the end zone and tackled just inside the 3-yard line. Nearly got there. The speed of the Trojan defense found him, but a great heads-up play by Tacoma to jump up in the air and throw a dart like he's throwing a dart. And again, a little Patrick Mahomes finesse on that one. It's first and goal from the 2. Hayes threatening. And the Anderson timeout not paying off so far. The Trojans stacking the box. And the handoff to Ant, looking for room up the middle, and he's got it! The second rushing touchdown of the night on the board for the Hawks. And they're trying to keep pace. 35-26, PAT coming. And we'll see if they'll try to get that 2-point here or save it and get it later. They'll need it at some point unless they can get some touchdowns coming in style. I think they're going to go for 2 here. Tacoma's got the play, and he stays on the field. So the 3-yard line, the home of the ball for the 2-point conversion. And Hayes going to line up 2 to the left side and go double tight. Ant to the right. Handoff is to Ant. No, to Kenny, and he's looking for Tacoma, and the ball hit him. He never saw it. It was some wicked trickery, and it tricked me, and I didn't see it. Kenny had to throw it when he did. Tacoma probably available in the back, but did not see the ball in time, and it snuck past him. So no good extra point, 35-26, an 11-point game. Nope. If you do that math, it's 9 points, but still a 2-score. So a good job by that offensive front, keeping protection, not going downfield on those pass plays, no penalties on the drive, and that's just what they needed. Lots of music being played through the PA speaker tonight, and perhaps a good thing as the Hayes band has disappeared. They never came back into the stands after halftime, I don't think, and they may have a contest tomorrow morning. And here comes an onside kick, and it's illegal touching. Unfortunately, the Hawks' knees touched it before it got 10 yards. They tried to get them out of sorts, and it didn't work out. And so Anderson can either take it there or ask for a re-kick 5 yards back, and I would think they just take it there. So Anderson will just take it right there. That's probably what I would do. And they've got a relatively short field now to try to re-extend that lead. They are in good shape, and it's still a 2-score game. But I know they hoped Hayes would go away, and they just haven't. .23 in the backfield. 21 and 23 both have had a pretty good 1-2 punch kind of game tonight. And he's going to get it. 23 is that time again. Bounces off the tackle. Still going. And then he coughs the ball got it or not. And it looks like Anderson is clapping. Boy, they dodge a bullet and they get it back. Oh, a golden opportunity missed. A good strip of the ball, but Hayes just couldn't find it, and it leads to a big first down. So Anderson exhales, and Hayes inhales to try to shore it up and go again. First down on the 28-yard line. 41, the wingback. He's caught a couple out of the backfield. He's going to lead block now. And wrapped up but not taken down. Limford found him. 2 cleans him up. And 99 also in on it.
On the run. No gain. 2nd and 10 for the Trojans.
Second down coming. Ed Small in the slot to the top. Here comes a blitz off the edge. And the pass to 41. There it is. We just talked about it. Into the flat. He goes. And 35, Ian finds him and takes him out at the 10-yard line. But not what Hayes needed, as they needed to start to build a wall right there, and it just didn't work out. And then a late post-play flag thrown in the backfield of Anderson. And we'll get a ruling. This is going to be an unsportsmanlike on somebody jawing, as it was plenty late, not in play.
After the play,
So Hayden, number 3, the corner, guilty for the unsportsmanlike. Tackle is made over there on his side. And these big personal foul penalties are tough, and he's going to check out of the game and come have a chat after that. Here comes 1st and goal as they go half the distance. 21, Jay, the running back, in the backfield to the right side of the quarterback. And they're blitzing off the edge. 22 in there, didn't get there quite in time, but the rest of the defense shores up and takes care of business. Maybe a couple picked up on the carry. 2nd down coming. We did talk at halftime about some keys, getting pressure into the backfield, maybe needing some more blitzes, and I feel like you have seen Hayes try to be more creative with where they're bringing the launch points and the pressure from. Here it comes up the middle, and a fade to the end zone, high-pointed, and ball not caught. And a good athletic effort. I think that's number 1 on the outside, and it was 31 for the Hawks covering that, got on his inside edge and went up when he went up. 22 nearly getting home. He's been crashing off that edge. The Hawks had been kind of doubling up. I think 18, Ed Small, the 4-star. And so 22 coming off of his doubling duties to crash into the backfield as we widen the camera to keep him in frame. Max, back to pass. Got to get rid of this one. He's all alone. Nobody went with 21 out of the backfield. So a coverage bust. And we've mentioned it before. Anderson sneaking out those running backs out of the backfield and just not accounted for by the Hog defense. Tough to see all that. Ed Small continues to be the holder. And before this kick can get underway, a pause. And they're waiting for the head linesman to get in position as he was chatting with Coach T. Now everybody in place, the whistle blows, and here comes the PAT. Trying to make it 42 points for Anderson. Hold down, kick up, and that's the case. And another ball on top of the house. Unless those are just really easy to go get and retrieve, you'd think they'd put a net up there to catch them. That's at least the 2nd ball that's gone over the end zone complex. In fact, there goes the player right now to go retrieve it underneath the chain. This stadium's only been here for 85 years, so I guess you just need 86 to figure something like that out. Markel and Ant, your deep men. And Hayes maybe starting to feel this one, trying to slip away. 42-26. And that spread would mean a couple of stops needed and a couple of scores needed. And the ball has got to bounce right for that to happen. Hayes not set up for a deep shot, as Ant and Markel are only on their 20 now. They start to take a couple steps backwards. And the second line up close as well. This one will be pooch kicked, and Markel will have it, and will try the wide side of the field. And slips down, and not sure if the cleats gave way or if he just tried to get too aggressive with the cut, but only a couple on the return there.
Number 84 on the kickoff return. First up by number 45, Willie Atkins.
Five wide to start. Heavy to the near side. Tacoma got time. Throw in to Markel, who got it on the out route and slides down at the 40 for a first down.
Pass complete to number 84.
Clock at 8:30, and it'll pause here momentarily to reset the chains.
On the 40.
And now it runs. Empty again, but flip the strength. A little bit of a low snap. Tacoma looking down the field and is looking for Markel again and got him in a big collision and jarred him loose.
That pass is almost picked off.
Markel calling for a bit of an early arrival, but I don't know that it was.
For the Hawks.
And those safeties just staying deeper than the deepest in good position. Markel will come check out and catch his breath. Unfortunate as he was in position and Tacoma put the pass where it needed to be. That secondary just where they needed to be as well. Ant will join Tacoma in the backfield for this second down. And Jaden Gingro and Levi Larson at the top. Tacoma looks their way, but then the zipper screen, and he dropped it. Tried to run before he had it. And 54 out here to lead block. He's slow to get up. Layton, who's pretty sure-handed most of the time, got caught with a bit of a greed, trying to get more yards than what it was time to get when he didn't have the ball secured. He lines up here to the near side. Ant joins him in a Twins left look. Otherwise, trips to the right side. And here comes the blitz. Tacoma gonna step up inside of it and run with his feet. And now tries to go wide by going backwards. Now going up the boundary. Dips a shoulder, found, and taken out of bounds, but they're going to say forward progress before he got out of bounds, so it doesn't stop the clock. And he got about 5 on the scramble.
Tacoma Ames to get out of bounds by Gage Webb. 4th and 5 for the Hawks.
Fourth down coming up. A must make, it feels like here. Ball on the far side, so Hayes has some room here to the near side to work with, and that's where they'll line up the majority of the receivers. Trips to the left, and a blitz coming out of the outside. Tacoma flushes, and then throws, looking for Jaden Gingro, and the ball high pointed, tipped up in the air, and not caught. A bit of a home run on that fourth down, trying to be attempted. And then 2 gives the incomplete sign, letting everybody know that it was an incomplete pass, in case they didn't see. Turnover on downs, and Hayes running out of time. Should they lose tonight and fall to 2-4 in the district, then they would likely need to win next week against A&M Consolidated, state-ranked and unbeaten, and in first place in the district, so it'd be a tall task. They do have them at home. And then they've got Lehman to finish up the season, and you like their chances against Lehman. They would need to go 2-0 to climb back to even at 4-4 in the district.
First and 10 on the 45
Meanwhile,
for the Trojans.
Anderson, who would be 4-2, would need to lose their next two, but would still have the head-to-head with Hayes. And so, all that to say, it's not looking good if Hayes can't come out with a win tonight. 21, the ball carrier up the middle, tripped up by Kai, and Limford has what we call an FOP, a fall on the pile.
That runs good enough for a Trojan. First down.
Spot the 31. Not to slam Limford, he was hustling,
First and 10 on the
trying to help make that tackle in the secondary, so good on him for that. High snap, play action, zipper screen, 1, moving to the inside, and found the face of 34 where the tackle is made.
Pass complete to number 1, Tristan Waitledge.
And then a late flag, and maybe that's on 70, who was downfield after the play and probably got caught mouthing as well. We'll find out what this story's about. I think these referees have some referees. They're chatting with each other, but they're not near each other, and so I know they're not leading lips from 25 yards away, so they're having a conversation with their Secret Service in-ears. So 53, the guilty party, and that'll move his offense back 15 yards. Good news is they've got more field to go. Bad news is it chewed time off the clock. Precious second, 6:28 in the ball game. And it's a 16-point game. 42-26, the count. Anderson on top with the ball in Hayes territory with a second and about 25. Referee winds the clock, snap, play act, nope, give. 57, tracking him and found by Limford, who comes out of the defensive end spot to make that play. 4th down coming. And we may see, well, I was going to say we may see a punt effort, just given how far it is to go. And they'd love to pin Hayes back deep, but it looks like the offense will stay on the field and see if they can't just get some yardage. And even if they don't get the first down, it still gives a bit of a lengthy field. Nope, incorrect. Here comes the punt unit. And what do we have here? A timeout, Anderson. And they'll talk about what they want to do on this 4th and long. Punt team staying out for the Trojans. And Kenny back deep to return at the 15. And a cover on for Anderson. They brought the house, did Hayes. Kenny will catch this and try to do something with it. He'll move to the far side, now up the field, and tackled from the backside by 55. Crumples Kenny at about the 25.
Tackled by number 55, Elias O'Keefe. First and 10 on the 24.
There's Troy over there, he's not too worried about things yet. Feeling his style as the music comes on. Dancing along with the drill team. Meanwhile, more important matters. First down, Hayes. And a premature false start, a clap of the hands. 70 knows he gave it up. Trips to the left side. Tacoma got pressure. Now he's got to move. And throwing this one, looking for Layton out of bounds. But he was about 3 or 4 yards out. Stops the clock. 5:15. Hayes still has all 3 timeouts. But got to find a way to make up 16 points. Technically still a 2-score game with a couple of 2-point conversions on the backside of a couple of touchdowns. If they could get a quick strike here and maybe the ball back, which they've gotten once tonight. They tried an onside traditional style and it didn't work out, illegal touching, but the pooch kick down the center of the field bounced right to him and nearly happened a second time. A little conversation in the back. Here comes the blitz off the far edge and gonna get him on it. And he comes back to retract and make the tackle on Ant. Does 5. He was the blitzer.
That pass complete to Hernandez.
Ant picked up maybe
He's taken down by number 5.
4 or 5 yards and got back to the original line of scrimmage after the false start penalty. Larson in the slot to the left. Markel, the middleman, and Layton out to the wide side of the boundary. Levi's running the rail route. And here comes Tacoma running for his life and looking for Levi. I got him on the toe tapper. And I missed it on the camera, but it's a first down. And Larson's come in clutch tonight for Hayes.
Tacoma Ames pass complete to number 15, Levi Larson. First down, Hawks.
That ball thrown so quick when it's underneath the camera, it's hard to get it down in time. Excuses, I know. Most of Hayes' sets have to do with trips, and it's the case to the right side this time. Tacoma, screenplay, good catch by Ant, and a good move. Buddy, he juked him out of his jock and got 6 on it. A jump stop cut, and you see the vision and the ability to do something with the body from the vision from 1-3. That was a sweet move.
Second and 3 for Hayes.
Second down and 3 from the 46. Trips to the right side. A 3-man down front. 4 linebackers, and we'll see a 5. No, he'll stay put. No blitz. Tacoma got some time. Creeps to the line of scrimmage. Throws one to Jaden, and it's caught low. How about the hands of Gingro? Had to crouch down and crawl to the ground to get that one. It moves the sticks to the 35-yard line. Hayes down, but not out. Still got a little hope alive here. 4:22 and a moving clock.
First and 10, Hawks.
Scoring sooner than later would be optimal. Tacoma now going to roll around to the right side. And Markel calling for it in a throwaway. He actually had Levi coming open on the drag route, mirroring him.
Second and 10 on the
thought maybe he could have put it on
Hayes.
him, but elected to go out of bounds with it and stop the clock. Just second down, 4:07, still 3 timeouts. In the spot, as you can see, the 37-yard line. Layton will be the outside target down here on the bottom. And Markel, Larson, and Gingro to the top. Tacoma, straight drop back. Has Ant in the flat. He's going to hit him. Ant's got it. Puts the moves on. 13. Got a first down. Inbounds. Will stop momentarily to move the chains. And Hayes got to get reset.
Pass complete. Anthony Hernandez. He's taken down by number 4, Colin Haynes. First and 10.
So the maneuverability of 13 coming right on time in the nick of time. And Tacoma gonna wheel out around. And they're gonna throw a hold on 75. Even though the pass caught by Gingro's trying to fight free, it's coming back, and it's a 10-yard hold from the spot.
Flag on the play.
I saw it happen in live time, and I was wondering, it wasn't egregious, but perhaps obvious enough, and I did see the right hand go into the right pocket of the referee as he looked for that flag.
Offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
.75 is the left tackle. So Tacoma not sitting in the pocket pretty much every time.
First and 20 Hawks.
He's wheeling out one side or the other. And if you're Anderson, you're going to really try to contain that outside of the pocket. Tacoma looking downfield. Now he's going to tuck it and go and look for the boundary. Got to get out of bounds. And a late flag here. And it's thrown from this gentleman back in the backfield on the line.
Tacoma Ames chased out of bounds by number 22, Alex Longoria.
And we'll see what this one is. I have a feeling it's going to be on the offense. I think the linesman's eyes were in the backfield when he threw it down the line. And it's another hold. Oh, it's on the defense this time. Number 5 is the outside backer who has been blitzing, but he's on the far side of the field. I wonder if they got that number right. He's right there, and he's looking like you just called him a pink giraffe or something. Hands up, saying, how could that be on me? He may even try to ask the referee. Maybe he was on this side. The clock called to be wound. 3:16 and moving. No time like the present for a strike. Trips to the left side. Gingro alone to the top. Here comes the up the middle blitz. And looking for Gingro on the post pattern. The ball tipped. And a flag thrown. And they're going to get a PI there on that one.
Flag on the play.
And Gingro certainly feeling vindicated. There was 2 flags. They both came in. And the Anderson secondary having a conversation, trying to get an explanation on what the referee saw.
Pass interference. Defense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So if you can hear that, PI on the defense, half the distance to the goal, first down, and that'll put the spot somewhere inside the 10.
Correction, that's a 15-yard penalty.
Nope, he says there's enough room on the field to go 15 yards before they need to enforce the half the distance rule. And so that will still put it inside the 10 at the 9 and create a first and goal situation. 3:02 on the clock. Would love to see Hayes strike here.
First and goal.
And have 3 minutes to try and find a way to get that ball back. Need the 2-point conversion as well. Tacoma. Quick strike to Layton and couldn't get it. And he reached for it, got his right hand on it, but couldn't tacky it up enough to hang on to it.
Coverage, number 4,
and
Colin
pats
Haynes.
the referee's shoulder. Good news is it does stop the clock. It ticked a couple seconds off, 2:57 showing.
Second and goal for the Hawks.
Majority of the field is the right side, and that's where the trips will go. Ant to the left side, and Layton alone on the island down here. And looking for Layton, and picked, and tipped, I mean. And then a flag thrown.
Flag on the play.
And he looked at Layton, and I think that's going to be on the offense. I think it's going to be on 14. And that's ill-timed. 4 jumped the route, made a good play, a good break on the ball. And I thought Leighton might have a chance to grab it out of the air, but it just didn't fall close enough to him. And then that's when whatever happened and drew the flag. And the referee who threw it then I thought looked at Leighton in the face and kind of said, "Come on, man," or something to that regard, given his body language. And they're going to count it off against the defense, personal foul.
Face mask, offense number 14.
So Leighton grabbed his face mask. I didn't see it.
Fourth and stay in the game for Anderson. His helmet came out due to a penalty.
And then Leighton's helmet comes off, so he's got to exit. And that's a tough one. You needed to score there and find a way to get the ball back, and now you just moved your team back, and I'm not saying it was on purpose. The face mask usually an accident kind of thing, so there's a little grace for it, but buddy, it's unfortunate. A balance set. Larson's going to move in motion. The defense shifts with him. The pocket rolls around. 44 in there in a hurry, and he's got traffic, and he's sacked, and that'll run the clock. And Hayes will probably have to take a timeout here to stop it.
Number 42, Mark Healy and Gage Webb.
9 checks in. The clock stops with 2:38. And there's a flag on the play, which is the reason.
Flag on the play.
The laundry's certainly been busy flying through the air here at House Park tonight. And I would say equally on both teams. So I guess you can deduce that these guys are a bunch of cheaters. Just kidding. I guess the in-ear radio pieces are commonplace in high school officiating, but I don't feel like I've seen a lot of it.
Well, 2 fouls
But
on
it
the
is
play by 16.
is handy.
Personal foul, offense. Personal foul, defense.
So 2 personal fouls that'll offset
We're going to replay second down.
and re-go second down. But they won't add the time back to the clock, unfortunately. So 2:38 showing. And the spot the 24-yard line. 2nd and goal here to go. So a lot of yards needing to be made up. 9 checks in at the wingback spot. Markel will come over here and make the strength balanced. Fake to 13. Wheeling to his left side. Throw in and picked off, and he may have had a foot in bounds. No, he didn't. Out of bounds. It was close. And I'm not sure who the target was. He had Markel Shallow and Kenny deep, and looks like he threw it right in the middle of both of them. It does stop the clock, 2:18, but time extra precious now. If you can score somehow and get the ball back, really your only answer is to go deep. Anderson would likely put a prevent. And if you look at who's playing safety back there right now, it is the 4-star who's committed to TCU, number 18, Ed Small. And Hayes will take their first of 3 timeouts of the half to talk about this 3rd down. Here comes a balanced look. No, shrink to the right side. Hadn't run the ball in a while, and a throwback to 13, and couldn't find it. He was being guarded by 2 Trojans, and it's 4th down.
Ames pass, intended for her hand, is incomplete.
186 minutes have ticked off the old YouTube clock here since we started. So that's a long time.
4th and goal from the 24.
It's 10:30. It was a 7:30 kick, so a 3-hour football game with
And
all
the Trojans,
of this
let's make some
passing
noise.
that's been done tonight, stopping the clock on all these incomplete passes from both sides. Empty set, 4th down. Got to throw this one to the end zone. Tacoma looking, and it's underthrown, intercepted. And he comes out at the 2-yard line. Would have been better off just letting that one drop to the turf. But he did catch it, and that's where Anderson will have it with 2:02 to go. So we've seen Tacoma air the ball out a mile, got a huge arm, but his deep passes tonight have largely fallen short and just underthrown balls. And so that's an area where he can improve, it looks like to me, because you know he's capable of it. I've seen him do it before. Offensive line really doing a pretty good job tonight. Now granted, only 3 being rushed most of the second half. Anderson knowing Hayes had to be in a passing situation, kind of became one-sided, and so they didn't put a whole lot of pressure in the backfield. Rather, they elected to go pass prevent heavy, and the offensive line doing their job. So in the gun are the Trojans, meaning you can't just take a knee back there and give up a safety. So they'll run a play here. 21 going up the middle, and he's found. No, he's not. He gets through the defense, almost out 10 yards. He gets about 8, a second short.
On the run.
And while we're pointing things out in the second half, you got to note that the running game of Anderson coming alive here in the second half. Most every time 21 or 23 getting it, they're falling forward for productive yards. And wasn't the case so much in the first half. Quarterback Max will run over to the sideline and come get a play from the ear of coach, and then he'll hustle back. Anderson band looking like they're about to come on the field here as the game ends to perform. 1:17 and the clock is moving. Give. Again, left side dive and taken down. Maybe primarily by Kai, or number 10 rather. It might have been Kai, I couldn't tell.
By number 10, Gerard Crouch.
And Hayes conceding here, won't call their 2 timeouts. We'll just let the clock do what it'll do.
Trojans on the 13.
And they'll run it one more time here. That was a first, and so it's all but done now. Victory formation, 3 Max can just take a knee. So Anderson gets the win. They'll move to 4-2 in the district, and they're now by themselves, as they were before tonight, in 4th place, all but solidifying themselves as the final spot in the district playoff chase. 2 games left in the regular season, and then the playoffs start. But the season not over yet. And Hayes would like to keep momentum, gain some momentum, maybe even surprise A&M Consolidated next week, and end strong, get to 500, and we'll see if that can happen. Thanks for joining us. It's been a pleasure here at House Park with you. We'll do some more Friday nights in the future, and we'll see ya.